Samir usually wore half pants, but winter was coming. So his father decided that he will buy for him some trousers. So his father went to a shop and bought new set of trousers for him. But when Samir tried them on, there was a big problem. The trousers were too short. So his father went back to the shop. And this time he told the shopkeeper he needs some trousers which are long. So the shopkeeper gave him some long trousers. So his father came back, and this time the trousers were too long for him. Now his father was a bit confused. The first time the trousers were too short, and now the trousers were too long. So he went back to the shopkeeper and told him about his problem. Now, the shopkeeper suggested that why don't you go ahead and measure the length of Samir's legs? His father said, how do I do that? Then the shopkeeper suggested you can use your hand span. So, by using your hand span, you can measure his legs. And once you know how long his legs are, then you can come back to the shop and purchase the trousers with perfect length. So his father went back and he measured the length of Samir's legs using a hand span like this. And once father had counted the number of hand span which covered Samir's legs length, then he went back to the shop. And this time the trouser which he brought was perfect for Samir. So what do you think? What did Samir's father do differently this time? Well, this time when he went to the shop, he knew exactly the length which he needed to purchase. And so he was able to purchase a trouser which was a perfect fit for Samir. So you see, knowing the exact length of things is very important in our daily lives. Now, when you go ahead and purchase something, or when you are trying to use an object, many a times you need to know exactly how thick something is, how tall something is, how long something is, how thin something is, or how short something is. Now, this process of knowing how thick, tall, long, thin, or short something is, or to know the exact number, or exact length, or exact thickness of something is known as measurement. So, when you are trying to know, or you know a perfect number about how thick something is, or how tall something is, or how long something is, how thin something is, or how short something is, it's called measurement. So this process of knowing about the quantity of all these things is known as measurement. And measurement is very important. Now, measurement can be done in many different ways. So let's see some of the very common ways in which people have measured things in past. So this is a hand span, and this is the length which a hand span can measure. So the distance from here to here is the length which a hand span measures, as you can see here. So using this hand span, we can measure how long an object is, or how long a thing is. So by using this, we can easily measure how long something is. So can you tell me, hand span can be used to measure how long an object is. Is it true or is it false? What do you think? Well, it is definitely true. Handspan is used to measure how long an object is. So, we have this monkey with a long tail. So, can we measure the length of this tail? We can definitely do that with the help of a handspan. So, let's go. So, this is one handspan and this is two handspan. So, how much is the length of this monkey's tail? What did we measure? Two handspans. So, if somebody asks you what is the length of this monkey's tail, it's two handspan. Now, this handspan is a very easy method of measuring lengths of different things. Now, let's measure something which is very common and is easily available in all our homes. So, let's go ahead and measure the length of this screen by using a handspan. So, this is one handspan, two handspan, three handspan, four handspan, five handspan, six handspan, and seven handspan. So, how much is the length of this television from here to here? Well, it measures 7 handspan, and that's how we measure different things using a handspan. Now, handspan is not the only method by which you can measure things. Sometimes, according to the situation, there can be more convenient methods of measuring things. For example, here is a football match going on. Now, there is a small confusion between all of them. And what is the confusion? Well, all of them are quarreling about the length of the goalposts. According to them, the length of the goalposts on either sides are not same, and which is definitely a problem for both the teams. Let's see. This is the length here and this is the length here. Definitely this one is smaller, isn't it? So, what do? They find a solution. They said, let's measure the length of both the goalposts, and with the help of that measurement, we'll be able to make equal lengths on both sides. So, one of the boys started measuring the length of the goalpost using a handspan. Now, there was a small problem. What was the problem? Well, a goalpost is much bigger than a TV screen, isn't it? So, measuring it with a handspan will take a lot of time because our handspans are much smaller. Then, what can we do? Well, another boy came up with a solution. Well, he said, why not use a foot span? Because our feet can cover larger distances in shorter time. At the same time, you don't need to sit on the ground and then measure. So it's more convenient in this scenario, isn't it? So they measured the length between the goalposts, and soon match resumed, as now they had measured and both the goals had equal length. So you see, with the help of measurement, again a
problem was solved.
but this time the method was different. It was foot span. So you see, there can be different ways in which you can measure things or measure the length of things. They can be hand span or foot span, or you can use your thumb or your fingers for measurement. So you see, you can use anything which is easily available and convenient for measurement. In fact, that's what was done in earlier times. Now, let's look at some other ways in which you can measure things. Let's measure some things. So what do you see here? Well, here we see a finger span. So using a finger span, we can measure length of things. For example, this is a pen. Now we can measure the length of this pen using finger span. So how do we do that? Well, let's see. So I place my finger here. So that's one finger span. So I mark it here. Now that's two finger spans. So this pen is two finger spans long. Now let's see another method. Now this method is called cubit. Now how long is a cubit? Well, if you start from your elbow, it ends at the edge of your middle finger. So this entire length is a cubit. So now let's measure something with the help of cubit. What do we measure? Let's measure the screen. So let's go. So I place my elbow here, and here I have 1 cubit. So I mark it here. Now again I place my elbow here, and that's 2 cubits. And now I place my elbow again here, and this is where I end. So this is not a complete cubit, but till this line here. So 2 cubits and then till here. So this is the measurement of this screen. So in this way you can measure different things using a cubit. Now this is a thumb span, and using a thumb span too you can measure things, usually which are much smaller. For example, in this notebook, let's measure the length of this side using a thumb span. So let's start. So this is 1 thumb span. I mark it here, and then I place it again like this, and now it is 2 thumb span. Again I mark it here, and then again I place it here, and it's 3 thumb span. So how long is this side of the notebook? This is 3 thumb span. So this is how we can measure the length of smaller things using a thumb span. Now, hand span, thumb span, finger span or foot span are very easy and convenient methods of measuring things. But there is a small problem. And what do you think is the problem? Well, the problem is that all of us do not have the same size of hands and feet. They can be of different sizes, and that's why all these methods of measurements are called non-standard methods. So you see, if you compare hand of a child to an adult, what do you see? They are very different, isn't it? Even in size. So a hand span here is much smaller compared to this hand span, isn't it? So you see, different people have different size of hands, and as a result they will have different measurements even for the same unit, that is a hand span. Similarly, they can have different size of feet too. As a result, even the foot span will be different. So you see, all these things are non-standard methods because hands and feet are of different sizes for different people, and that's why these methods are less popular in current times. So you see, measurement is very important in our lives because without measurement a lot of our functions will be very limited. So we need to measure different things to perform many important functions in our everyday life. There are many non-standard methods of measurement which are very easy to use. For example, if I need to measure this screen, I don't need to bring any other instrument. I can simply use my hand span to quickly measure the length of the screen. As a result, this is very easy to use. Some non-standard units are hand span, foot span, finger span and thumb span. So you see, these non-standard methods are very easy to use, and the common ones are hand span, foot span, finger span and thumb span. And they can be easily used whenever you want. Only limitation being that they are not standard, because everybody will have a different size of finger or thumb or hand or even feet.